Hey everybody, Dustin here with Ravenrock Machine and Aviation. Happy Friday to you all. Exciting announcement, the F-18 battery trays are going into production this weekend and we'll be shipping out about midweek of this coming up week. And if you fly off of grass, consider getting this because it really reinforces the nose gear area. This is just going to be a quick install video and showing the how it strengthens up the nose gear. Rich has kind of already touched base on this, but instead of having to go back and forth between videos, I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. When Rich first released his video about a month and a half ago or so, I got a slew of emails asking, hey Dustin, when are you going to have this out? Are you working on it? Are you doing it? What? Yes, it takes time. I'm a job shop, so I really can only work on this when I have downtime, and I'm a one-man operation. So some of you guys, you email me and you see you get an email like at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm up, I'm working. So let's get to it, how to install this thing, and I'm really impressed with it. I'm actually excited for it. This is actually Dave Marshall's, so check his YouTube channel out, the RC Air Marshal, but let's get to it. So before we get into installing, we're going to discuss why one would need this battery tray mod. It really strengthens up the nose gear mounting brackets so that it doesn't rip out of the fuse. It just translates that energy into the actual landing gear strut or the pin. And as we know, the pins are relatively soft, and they're soft for a reason. But we'll get into the replacement of a pin in a later video. Your servo gear resides in this larger area here. There's a big gap, big hole here. And so really your only strength is on the walls here and on these fairings. Now, as you can see, this battery tray has a lot of surface area. So it supports a lot of weight and can support a lot of force compared to the factory one. My mentor, Dan, he actually ripped out the landing gear bracket, the piece that the servo screws into. I was surprised by this, and he's like, it wasn't a landing, it's actually the rollout. Because on grass fields, like most of us fly on, you always have the tendency to hit a bump, hit a rut, and that's really what damages the landing gear, period. From the strut to the servo to the pin to the mounting block that's inside the foam, and those can be a pain in the butt to replace. So that's the what and the why here. To install this, very simple. You still got your two holes in the back, as you can see for your blue box. You remove the two screws back there and your two screws right here. Sorry, I'm just doing this freehand. And put in the new battery tray and then screw it down. Then we'll flip over the bird and we'll come back here in a second. So once you have the bird upside down, what you want to do is deploy the landing gear, remove these two clips, and retract the landing gear. You want the landing gear to be down here. Reason for that is you got to drill a hole here, and you don't have a perfect straight shot because of the wheel here. Now, listen up. When you retract this, because you have removed these two clips, these doors want to open up wider, which means these levers are going to go up farther. Go ahead and start to close these so that the landing gear does not have any issue when it hits these two right here, okay? Looks like there could possibly be an interference and lock the landing gear up. So next thing you want to do after that is we're going to take a 30-second drill. And what you want to do is place your wooden block here and kind of eyeball it. You want it center line across and center down. Put your mark there, drill that. Next thing you want to do is then take, with the block, put it where you want it to be at. You can go ahead and glue it down if you want to, put some glue down there, and drill all the way through into your battery tray, right? You want to puncture all the way through. Once you do that, you can deploy the landing gear, connect your two clips here, and flip the bird back over. We'll get to that in a second. So once you have the plane upright, go ahead and remove the tray. This is the last time you have to remove it. Your hole for your T-nut will be in this general vicinity. Go ahead and take your drill it from the top down to the bottom. You're just wanting to clean up this hole. Use an X-Acto knife or a razor blade. Clean up that hole, take the T-nut, push into the hole, and use a mallet or a hammer to tap it down. Just make sure you have the battery tray supported underneath it. And what you want to do is have the bottom of the T-nut flush with the battery tray. Once you have that done, what you will need to do next, install the tray back into the bird. If you haven't already, go ahead and put your, if you haven't already glued this in, go ahead and put your screw in it, apply some CA glue, foam tack, epoxy, whatever you want it to be. I won't go epoxy because if you have to take that screw out, it ain't coming out. But if you want to use epoxy, put Vaseline on the threads. That way the epoxy doesn't attach itself to the thread, so you can be able to get it out. Put your screw in and tighten the screw to the nut. You don't need a lot of torque. You just want to get it snug. That's it. You don't want the top of the screw to protrude past the top of the nut, because if you do that, you can risk puncturing your battery on those heavy landings. Once you have it back in, the tray back into the bird, just put your anti-slip mat down or your Velcro or what have you. And that is really it. Why I cannot provide the hole for this guy already is because of tolerance. Just like this section, I want to make this kit as easy as possible for you guys so you don't have to sand it, modify it in any way, shape, or form. And this general area on some planes was tight, some planes were loose. It doesn't affect it, it's just how the plane was built. So don't take that as a factor of how well your plane is made. This plane is on the kind of on the looser side. It's okay. It's still just going to fly just as beautiful as one that was tight. But yeah, that is pretty much it. All my contact will be in the link below. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching this. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below because I do check them. And thank you again. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.